Did you know that back in the day, people believed there were two purple guys in FNaF? Or that some fans thought Freddy Fazbear was actually female? These theories might sound completely ridiculous now, and honestly they are. But during the early years of the franchise, they were seriously discussed in the community. That's why today, I'm diving into 10 of the most absurd and downright stupid theories that the FNaF fandom has ever created. This video isn't a ranking, so the first theory isn't necessarily any less insane than the last one. Before we begin, if you enjoy FNaF content and want to support the channel, don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Your support means the world and helps the channel grow. With that said, sit back, relax, and get ready because we're diving into the most ridiculous theories in the history of Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's kick off this video with a wild one. Back in the early days of FNaF theories, one popular idea claimed that Freddy Fazbear was actually female. Why? Well, theorists pointed out that Freddy hides in the women's restroom during gameplay. Others claimed that if you sped up Freddy's laugh, it sounded like a child, possibly a girl. While fans loved the mystery, the theory didn't hold up. Freddy has always been presented as male, both as an animatronic and the soul that possesses him. This was later confirmed officially. Still, this theory is a perfect example of how far people went in those early FNaF theory days. A tragic, real-life incident took place in Aurora, Texas, USA. In 1993, an ex-employee of a Chuck E. Cheese restaurant, Nathan Gerard Dunlap, entered the establishment months after being fired and shot 5 workers, killing 4 and leaving 1 survivor. He then stole money from the register before fleeing. After a lengthy trial, Dunlap was sentenced to death by electric chair in 1996, though his execution has yet to be carried out. This case has long been speculated to have inspired Five Nights at Freddy's. The theory suggests that the animatronics might be connected to the victims. For example, one victim, Benjamin Grant, was vacuuming a supply closet when he was killed, a seemingly unimportant location, just like the parts and service room that Bonnie frequently enters. Similarly, Chica might be inspired by Sylvia Crowell, who was murdered near the restrooms while cleaning the salad bar, fitting with Chica's "Let's Eat" slogan. Foxy could be linked to Marge Kohlberg, who was in the back of the restaurant, and who was known to have a more aggressive personality, much like the animatronic Fox. The last victim, Colleen O'Connor, has been speculated to be related to Freddy, as he often hides in the women's restroom in the game. Finally, Golden Freddy might symbolize the only survivor, Bobby Stevens, as his lifeless pose resembles someone playing dead. However, this is purely a conspiracy theory from the early days of the franchise. After the release of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, fans noticed something odd in the trailer. During that time, reversing audio clips to search for hidden messages was becoming a trend. So of course, people played the FNaF 2 trailer backwards. And what did they claim to hear? Phrases like, "The killer is out." "This is enough." Some fans believed this meant Mike Schmidt was the killer and still hadn't been caught. Looking back now, this theory doesn't hold water. The music in the trailer was just "London Bridge is falling down," a classic nursery rhyme totally unrelated to the FNaF universe. So any hidden message was just our brains making patterns out of nonsense. Let's rewind to FNaF 2 back in 2014-2015. A theory emerged claiming there were 2 purple guys, with a second one being pink. In the Foxy Go, Go, Go minigame, some thought they saw a pinkish figure in the background, and the theory of pink guy was born. For a while, it gained traction. But over time, it became clear this was just a misinterpretation of the sprite colors. There's no second killer. It's always been William Afton. Just like with FNaF 2, fans tried reversing the sister location trailer. Some thought they heard dark phrases like, "The suicide didn't work." Creepy, right? But again, these are just coincidences. There's no real message hidden in reverse audio. Our brains are just too good at trying to find meaning in chaos. There's no lore connection here. This next theory came after FNaF 3 introduced Springtrap. Fans went back to FNaF 1 and noticed a child's drawing that looked vaguely like Springtrap. This launched a theory that Springtrap had appeared way earlier than we thought, but in reality, it was just Bonnie. People also thought the paper plate Bonnie in FNaF 2 was Springtrap. But with the black tears, it's more likely a reference to Shadow Bonnie, not a secret cameo from Springtrap. Another fan theory suggested that Candy, the mascot from the fan game Five Nights at Candy's, appeared in FNaF 2. Why? Because in the puppet's camera, some fans thought they saw cat-like ears or a tail in the shadows. Obviously, this was total nonsense. Candy is a fan-made character and has zero connection to the official FNaF universe. Still, the theory got popular for a short while in 2014. Wild times. In 2023, a new trend started, mostly on TikTok. People would crank up the brightness on in-game footage or camera feeds and claim they saw hidden characters lurking in the background. You've probably seen some of these viral images, dark figures watching from the shadows. But guess what? They're all fake. No matter how much you boost the brightness, the original game files don't contain any of these characters. It's all just clever edits. Now for a more sensitive theory. Some fans believe the Funtime animatronics, like Funtime Freddy, Funtime Foxy, or Lolbit, were trans. This came from how characters appear or don't appear during Ladies' Night and Sister Location's Custom Night. Funtime Freddy and Lolbit are disabled during that mode, suggesting they're not female, or perhaps genderless. Funtime Foxy is more complicated, often referred to as male despite being coded female in some game files and referred to with a female voice.
Showtimes are on the hour, not a moment before and not a moment later.
Honestly, this is more about Scott Cawthon being inconsistent with character genders than any deeper trans narrative. It's probably not meant to be that deep, just confusing lore for confusing lore's sake. Let's flash back to 2016, before Sister Location released. A bizarre theory claimed the game was set in an adult-only location, like rated R stuff. Some fans pointed to Bellora's design or the mysterious private room where players imagined disturbing things might happen with animatronics. Of course, none of that turned out to be true. This theory was one of the most unhinged and inappropriate ones the fandom ever came up with. Definitely one we all try to forget. So, what do you think? Which of these theories did you believe back in the day, or are there any even crazier ones we didn't cover here? Let me know down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really helps me out a lot. Share it with your friends and follow me on social media so you don't miss anything I post. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.